Top 30 employers in the world. Have you ever wondered of which companies and organizations employ the most people? From the world's biggest fast food chain to India's sprawling state railway. Sit back as we reveal the staggering sizes of the world's 30 biggest workforces. 30. Aviation Industry Corp of China, having a total of 407,344 employees. The Aviation Industry Corporation of China, or AVIC, is a massive state-owned aerospace and defense company that develops aviation technology for China military. It also produces aircraft and components for the commercial and overseas markets, supplying parts to the likes of Boeing, Airbus, and GE. AVIC employs around 407,344 employees around the world. 29. Egyptian Armed Forces, having a total of 438,500 employees. One of the largest military forces on the planet, the Egyptian Armed Forces, consists of the country's army, navy, air force, and air defense command. The military is currently battling on insurgency on the Sinai Peninsula and counts a total of 438,500 active personnel, including around 300,000 conscripts. 28. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, having a total of 439,787 employees. One of China's big four government-owned banks, the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, is the world's largest bank and public company in terms of assets. According to Statista, it boasted a workforce of 439,787 employees in 2020. ICBC has 530 million personal customers worldwide and owns several foreign banks, including Standard Bank Argentina and Turkey's Textile Bank. 27. China Mobile Communications, having a total of 454,332 employees. Another Chinese-owned enterprise with an enormous workforce, China Mobile Communication. China Mobile Communication is the country's premier telecoms firm and largest mobile phone operator on the globe. The company, which dominates the domestic market, has a total of 942 million mobile customers, 210 million broadband customers, and 454,332 employees. 26. Agricultural Bank of China, having a total of 459,000 employees. The Agricultural Bank of China is another of the country's big four state-owned banks. The bank, which has a total of 2.7 million business clients and 320 million personal account holders, employed 459,000 people in 2020. It might sound a lot, but this was actually AG Bank's smallest workforce in almost 10 years. 25. Jardine Matheson, having a total of 464,000 employees. This vast British conglomerate, which is based in Hong Kong, has a total of 464,000 staff. Jardine Matheson many subsidiaries include the Mandarin Oriental Hotel Group, car dealership Jardine Motors, and Dairy Farm, a pan-Asian retailer that operates stores on behalf of IKEA, 7-Eleven, and more. 24. Kroger, having a total of 465,000 employees. With 465,000 employees, Kroger is America's largest supermarket chain and the third largest retailer in the country after Walmart and Costco. The Cincinnati headquartered chain operates 2,778 supermarket and multi-department stores, 2,200 retail pharmacies, 786 convenience stores, and 326 jewelry boutiques across 38 states. However, It has zero international presence, making it largely unknown outside of the USA. 23. Gazprom. Having a total of 477,600 employees. Gazprom is majorly owned by the Russia state and the country's largest employer. With a workforce of 477,600, the energy company controls the world's largest reserve of natural gas and owns a near monopoly of exports of the commodity. Gazprom also has a strong international presence with additional interest in media, aviation, and finance. 22. People's Army of Vietnam. Having a total of 482,000 employees. A regional force to be reckoned with, the People's Army of Vietnam (PAVN) has 482,000 active personnel and a staggering 3 million reservists. The army recently underwent extensive modernization to counter the potential threats posed by China in the South China Sea and now boasts some of the most sophisticated military hardware in the region. 21. Deutsche Post DHL Group. Having a total of 550,000 employees. Europe's largest postal and international courier service has over 500,000 employees. The company's postal operation delivers 59 million letters a day in Germany, and its shipping carrier DHL is one of the world's biggest. Deutsche Post DHL Group employs around 550,000 people in 220 different countries and territories around the world. 20. Compass Group. Having a total of 548,254 employees. The UK's Compass Group is the largest food service company on the planet. The firm, which operates in over 50 countries worldwide, made UK headlines in January 2021 after a subsidiary company was criticized for providing inadequate food parcels to children during the coronavirus pandemic. It currently employs around 548,254 people around the world, including 270,168 in North America and 174,085 in Europe. 19. Republic of Korea Armed Forces. Having a total of 555,000 employees. South Korea's armed forces total 555,000 active personnel and almost 3 million reserve troops. The country has developed extra robust defenses and enjoys access to the latest military equipment, courtesy of the US, its main ally. 18. Armed Forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran, having a total of 610,000 employees. Iran's armed forces includes the Islamic Republic Army, Revolutionary Guard Corps, and Law Enforcement Force. In total, they employ around 610,000 active personnel and 350,000 reserves, making it the 8th largest military in the world. 17. United States Postal Service, having a total of 636,171 employees. The United States Postal Service (USPS), second largest company in US after FedEx, with 497,000 career employees and an additional 136,174 non-career employees. Its total workforce numbers around 636,171. USPS is an independent agency of the federal government mandated by the Constitution and is legally required to deliver post at uniform cost to all Americans, no matter where they live in the country. 16. Volkswagen, having a total of 663,000 employees. The German car manufacturing company Volkswagen is the largest automaker in the world. It employs around 663,000 people and has factories all over the globe, including in the US, Mexico, Brazil, and South Africa. According to its website, Volkswagen aims to be the most attractive employer in the automotive industry. 15. Pakistan Armed Forces, having a total of 654,000 employees. Pakistan's armed forces employs 654,000 active personnel and, if necessary, can call up over 500,000 reservists, comprising the country's army, navy, and air force. Pakistan's military was ranked the 10th most powerful in the world in January 2021. 14. State Grid Corporation of China, having a total of 896,360 employees. Bearing in mind China's huge population, it's no wonder so many of the country's state-owned monoliths appears in this roundup. The world's largest utility company, China State Grid Corporation, benefits from a monopoly of the power industry in the People's Republic and has more than 1 billion customers. According to Fortune, it employs 896,360 people, down from 926,067 in 2017. 13. China Post, having a total of 927,171 employees. The biggest postal service on the planet, China Post, has a total of 927,171 employees. The company boasts of the world's largest sorting offices as well as a huge fleet of postal delivery vehicles, trains, and aircraft. 12. Armed Forces of the Russian Federation, having a total of 1 million employees. Russia's armed forces include the country's ground forces, aerospace forces, navy, strategic missile troops, airborne divisions, and special ops forces. The number of active and reserve servicemen and women is set by presidential decree. It currently stands at 1 million active troops and up to a whopping 20 million reservists. 11. Korean People's Army, having a total of 1.28 million employees. North Korea's armed forces, which are constantly on a war footing, comprise 1.28 million active personnel. Rogue States ranks number 1 in the world for military spending relative to GDP, channeling a significant proportion of the budget into its infamous nuclear program. 10. Foxconn, having a total of 1.29 million employees. The Taiwan-based on high-precision industry company, better known as Foxconn, is China's biggest private employer. The contract manufacturer, which has attracted serious criticism for alleged poor work practices, produces tech on behalf of Apple, Samsung, and more. The firm still counts 1.29 million employees despite replacing 50% of its workforce with robots by 2016. 9. Amazon, having a total of 1.3 million employees. Unlike most other companies, retail giant Amazon held a massive recruitment drive during the pandemic. This resulted in around 500,000 new employees, boosting its workforce from 800,000 to 1.3 million. The figure includes both part and full-time employees, but excludes contractors and temporary workers. 8. United Kingdom National Health Service, having a total of 1.34 million employees. The UK's National Health Service (NHS) is the world's oldest public healthcare system and renowned for being one of the planet's biggest employers. According to NHS figures for May 21, the workforce totals around 1.34 million employees, ranging from clinical staff to emergency call handlers. 7. Indian Railway, having a total of 1.4 million employees. Famed for its punctuality and bewildering scale, Indian state-owned railway network has around 1.4 million staff on its book. The extensive network, which operates both suburban and long-distance services, covers hundreds of thousands of miles and carries a staggering 8.1 billion passengers a year. 6. Indian Armed Forces, having a total of 1.45 million employees. Indian Armed Forces comprises the country's Army, Navy and Air Force, have just over 1.45 million active personnel and 1.2 million reserve troops. The country has massively increased its military spending in recent years, from 56.64 billion in 2016 to 71.12 billion in 2019. 5. China National Petroleum Corporation, having a total of 1.5 million employees. China's National Petroleum Corporation (CNPC) has great oil and gas production in the country. The colossal company has a workforce of 1.5 million and operates rigs and refineries in 30 countries around the world, including Canada, Venezuela, Iran and Azerbaijan. 4. McDonald's, having a total of 1.9 million employees. If you include the fast food company's many franchises, McDonald's global workforce consists of around 1.9 million employees worldwide, making it the world's second largest private employer. The hamburger chain has a presence in over 100 countries and serves an impressive 69 million dinner a day. 3. People's Liberation Army, having a total of 2.185 million employees. China Armed Forces are the second biggest in the world with 2.185 million active personnel and a similar number of reservists. The People's Liberation Army (PLA), which comprises the nation's ground force, navy, air force, rocket force and strategic support force, is the planet's largest growing force and has undergone modernization in recent years. 2. Walmart, having a total of 2.2 million employees. The largest private sector employer in the world, Walmart has 2.2 million staff in the US and selected countries worldwide. The family-owned retail giant is also the planet's biggest company based on revenue, with an annual turnover of 559 billion in 2020 to 2021. Walmart also owns several major subsidiaries, including South African Massmart. 1. United States Department of Defense, having a total of 2.86 million employees. The world's number one employer, the United States Department of Defense, which has a total of 2.86 million employees. This includes civilian workers and active servicemen and women, as well as boasting the largest number of staff of any military force. The United States military also enjoys the biggest defense budget on the globe, which is 738 billion in 2020. Are you surprised with this? Click on the subscribe button to get more and more of these.